Okay, so we're going to have a little look at inverse operations. And what we should know about inverse operations is that it's about doing the opposite. So if we started really simple, if we did 3 add 4 equals 7, to check that answer we could use the inverse. I know the opposite of adding is subtracting, and I could put my 7 there. I could take away 4 and I would be left with 3. If I did 2 times by 5, that leaves me with 10. I know that the opposite of multiplication is division, so I could do 10 divided by 5 leaves me with 2. So doing the inverse is simply doing the opposite. If we have a look at this question here, we've got Stefan completes this calculation. Write an addition calculation he could use to check his answer. So you're doing the opposite because you know the opposite to subtraction is addition. So take a minute and decide, what could your addition be? Now, if we look at Stefan's calculation, we've got 95 take away 67 equals 28. This time we're going to do an addition. We should know that when we add two numbers together, we get a bigger number. So our biggest number in this case is 95. So we are then left with 67 and 28. With an addition, would it matter whether I put the 67 on top or the 28 below? No, it wouldn't. So I know that 28 add 67 equals 95. So Stefan has done the inverse to check his calculation. Here we've got copy this table with the missing numbers. One row has been done for you. So we've got our original number and 1,000 more. Now luckily they've done the first one for you. This time I've got 85 and I need to do 1,000 more. So of course I'm going to do addition because more makes me think addition. Now I am going to put my 1,000 on top, 85 below, and of course I know that equals 1,085. Easy peasy. However, this time they're giving me my number with 1,000 more and I have to find the original number. So if when we work this way, we've got to add, when we work backwards, we've got to do the opposite, the inverse, which is take away. So I've got 9,099 and I am going to take away 1,000. So 9 take away 0 is of course 9. Please excuse my nines. 9 take away 0, 9. 0 take away nothing is nothing, 0. And 9 take away 1 is 8. So I've got 8,099. Some of you may just be able to see that off the top of your head. And this time I've got 15,250. Now a little bit tricky, and you've got to make sure you're aware of your place value. I know that the 5 is in my thousandths place, so I'm going to take away 1,000. So I'm left with 0, 5, 2, 5 take away 1 is 4, and then I've got 1 take away nothing is 1. So I'm left with 14,250. And all you've done is the inverse. Okay, we've got questions like this. So it says the numbers in the sequence increase by 45 each time. Write the missing numbers. Of course, when I say increase, I think add. So moving up, I know I'm going to add. However, they're making me work backwards. So I know that the inverse of adding is taken away. So to find this box here, I must have to take away. So I've got 155. And I am going to, instead of increase by 45, I am going to decrease to find my original number. So lovely simple calculation. 5 to 8 5, 0. 5 to 8 away 4 is 1. 1 take away nothing is 1. Now, of course, I could do the inverse of that calculation to double check that I am right. So I know that I want my answer to be 155. And I'm going to do the inverse of subtraction. I'm going to do an addition. So I'm going to do 110. And I'm going to add 45. Because the question asks me to increase by 45 each time. 0 add 5 is 5. 1 add 4 is 5. 1 add nothing is 1. So I was right. This time I've got 245. And the question tells me I'm increasing each time by 45. So I know that I simply have to do an addition of 45. So 5 add 5, 10. Carry the 1. 4 add 4 is 8. Add 1 is 9. 2. So I've got 290. Then I've got 290. And to move forward again, I'm going to add on 45. So I've got 5 add nothing is 5. 9 add 4 is 13. Carry the 1. 2 add 1 is 3. So I've got 335. Right, let's have a look at this question. In the sequence, the rule to get to the next number is to multiply by 2, then add 3. Write the missing numbers. So slightly more trickier than just an addition or a subtraction. So let's work forward first because they've told us that the next one in the sequence, I've got to multiply by 2, then add 3. So I've got 53 times by 2, so we're doubling it. 2 times 3, we've got 6, and 2 times 5 is 10. I've then got to add 3 to that answer, and I know that 6 add 3 is 9. I've got 0, and I've got a 1. So I've got 100 and, that looks like 6. 109. However, this time I'm working backwards. So I've got to do the inverse. I've got to do the opposite. So my number, 25. I am going to, instead of add 3, the inverse of add is, of course, subtract. So I'm going to do 5, take away 3 is 2. 2 take away nothing, 2. And instead of multiplying by 2, you should be shouting out in your head. You're going to do the inverse. So you're going to do a division. And 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 2 once. So your original number was 11. Of course, if I had time at the end of my test, rather than sit and do nothing, I could double check. So I could do 11 times by 2, I know is 22. And 22 add 3 is 25. Alright, let's have a look at this little question here. So we've got Jack chose a number, he multiplied the number by 7, then he added 85, his number was 953. What number did Jack choose? So just like our number lines before, it's doing the same thing, they've just given it to you in words. So you've got to work backwards to find the original number. So we've got 953. Instead of adding 85, I'm going to take it away. Three take away 5, I know I can't do. So I'm going to take from the 5, turn that to a 4. 13 take away 5 is 8. 4 take away 8, I can't do. So I'm going to do 14 take away 8, which leaves me with 6, and 8 take away nothing is 8. And instead of multiplying the number by 7, I am then going to divide. So I've got 868 divided by 7. So 7 into 8 goes once, remainder 1. 7 into 16 goes twice, remainder 2. And 7 into 28, of course, goes 4 times. So his original number would be 124. Now, of course, if you've got time at the end of your test, you could go back and you could actually work that out. You could make sure that you are right.